What's up, guys? John here. A massive cyber attack has just hit China.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted.
That is now going to be coming to America. At least that's what they warned.
The U.S. intelligence community assesses that China almost certainly is capable of launching cyber attacks that could disrupt critical infrastructure services within the United States.
They say that China could be a very big problem for us. Well, when you look at some of the predictions that were made, it makes you scratch your head. They said about 18 months ago that a cyber event could be coming, and it would make the last pandemic look like a mere disturbance. It would impact hospital services, infrastructure, shipping. Everything would come to a grinding halt.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
But then you look at what happened in China recently. Look at what happened just last week. U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all the big banks had issues with ACH deposits impacting millions of customers. Mr. Cooper, he's the third largest mortgage holder in America. This entity, 4.3 million property owners have a mortgage with him and cannot get to a place to where they can even pay their bills. They're completely locked out of their account due to a cyber attack. So you start to connect these dots. You start to see some really concerning patterns coming. And I think in 2024, we're going to start to see a whole new normal. And I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you what's really going on. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube will share this content to educate the people about what's really happening. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself for a world of uncertainty, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description below this video. Schedule a free strategy session. Take a look at this. So this entity right here, they said a cyber attack with these characteristics. They came out yesterday. The ransomware warning sign we should have all had on our radar, right? Then you start to just look at the patterns here. You have China. They are now liquidating. They're liquidating treasuries at a very fast rate. They're at a 14-year low right now. China cut its holdings of U.S. Treasuries for a third month in a row in June, reducing its stake to $11.3 billion to $835.4 billion. Now this is 2.5 months old. They've continued to liquidate since then, right? Look at this. This came out 15 minutes ago. Ransomware attack on China's ICBC disrupts Treasury market trades. A ransomware attack on the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China disrupted some trades in the U.S. Treasury market on Thursday, the Treasury Department said. In ransomware attacks, hackers encrypt an organization's systems and demand ransom payments in exchange for unlocking them. It was not immediately clear who was behind the attack. Then, Industrial Commercial Bank hit with ransomware attack. This came out about 45 minutes ago. The Industrial and Commercial Bank of China restoring systems and services following a ransomware attack that disrupted the U.S. Treasury market, causing equity clearing issues. As the Financial Times first reported, members of the securities industry and financial market associations were notified of the incident on Thursday. ICBC is currently unable to connect DTCC and NSCC. This issue is impacting all of ICBC's clearing customers, says an emergency notice issued to equity traders and shared by security research groups. Because of this, it is temporarily suspending all inbound FIX connections and not accepting orders at this time. We are in close touch with ICBC and will advise as soon as this issue is resolved. So you start to look at this situation here, and you just look at how fast things are ramping up, how fast things are moving. 2021, 2022, things are moving pretty slowly. Now 2023, every single week, it's one breaking event, one massive story, one big curveball after the next. While the bank is yet to issue a statement confirming the incident and its impact, multiple sources have told this bleeping computer, that ICBC fell victim to a ransomware attack. Security expert Kevin Beaumont said that this server, last seen online on Monday, and unpatched against an actively exploited NetScaler security bug, tracked that it's now offline. ICB is China's largest bank and the largest commercial bank in the world by revenue, with revenues of $214.7 billion, and profits over $50 billion in 2022. Right? This isn't some like small type of event. The world's largest bank, the world's largest commercial bank. It has 10.7 million corporate customers, right? 720 million individual customers. In addition to its 17,000 domestic branches, ICBC also has branches in 41 countries, including 13 branches across the east and west coast of the United States. This bank was listed on Shanghai Stock Exchange and the Stock Exchange of Hong Kong on October 27, 2006. You see, this thing is getting so out of control. Ransomware attack on ICBC disrupts trades in the U.S. Treasury market. A ransomware attack on China's largest bank had disrupted the U.S. Treasury market by forcing clients of the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China to reroute trades, market participants said on Thursday. So the big question is, what is going to happen next? What is going to happen next? Could we see a situation where we start to see banks, financial institutions, customers, individuals, high net worth individuals, people from all walks of life, entities from all walks of life, looking at the world completely different from a sense of fear? Before, in 2020 and 2021, 2022, there was this big sense of optimism. Like everything was going to be great. Everything was going back to normal. Asset prices were only going to continue to rise. Everything was just going to be, a walk in the park. But as we start to see more and more of these events, what we're going to start to see is a lot more fear. This fear is going to bring people out of the markets. People are going to start to pull cash in. They're going to start investing much more, I believe, in precious metals. They're going to start looking at things from a very defensive place and at a very defensive point of view. I don't think that this is over by a long shot. If you look at how much debt is in the system, you look at where banks, financial institutions, and governments around the world really stand, you will see that we're likely walking into some major event here. The Security Industry and Financial Markets Association told members on Thursday that ICBC has been hit with a ransomware software which paralyzes computer systems unless a payment's made, according to several people familiar with the discussions. The attack prevented ICBC from settling treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. According to traders and banks, market participants, including hedge funds, were rerouting trades because of the disruption, but said the attack's effect on treasury market functionings appeared to be limited. ICBC was starting to restore services on Thursday afternoon, according to some of the people briefed in the incident. A source familiar with this situation said the firm has told people that they are working to resolve the U.S. Treasury transaction as soon as possible. Or, maybe people are liquidating behind the scenes. Maybe something bigger is happening with the Treasury market that, we won't find out for a day, 2 days, 3 days. A Treasury Department spokesperson said, "We are aware of the cybersecurity issue and are in a regular contact with key financial sector participants in addition to federal regulators. We continue to monitor the situation. This is a large party on the Fixed Income Clearing Corporation, so it is certainly a major concern and potentially impacting liquidity of U.S. Treasuries," said an executive at a large bank that clears U.S. Treasuries. So, you had Jerome Powell. He came out today saying that we are going to do whatever we have to do to bring down inflation. If we have to increase interest rates, we're going to increase interest rates. You start seeing people liquidate these treasuries. You start seeing this market change. Interest rates are going to rise. With that, borrowing costs are going to get more expensive. Credit card interest rates are going to go up. Mortgage interest rates, auto loans, everything will rise. If our borrowing costs rise, so with it, do our cost of life. What do you think about this situation? Do you think we're walking into a scenario where we are going to start to see our borrowing costs continue to rise? Do you think we're going to walk into a scenario where we are going to start to see these types of situations continue to be more common, a more common occurrence? And because of that, we're going to start to see a problem, reaction, and then a big solution. And this solution, I think if you were to look at this, now saying, looking at what this solution would be, you would say that's far-fetched, that will never happen, it's not going to happen. But looking back on things, we tend to, move into situations in which a lot of people would say that would never happen. Imagine looking at the world in 2019. In 2019 saying what 2022 will look like, 2023 will look like. You would have never predicted where we are right now, most likely, right? So if you're right now in 2023 and you're seeing all these very, very big events happening, you might see the world, if you were to look at that perspective, how far the world's changed over the last 4 years, imagine what the world will look like in the next 2, right? Imagine what the world will look like. Banks, financial institutions, lending companies, everything is going to change in terms of getting access to credit. They're going to start looking at this situation completely different. They're going to look at situations from a risk perspective. What do you think about this? Do you think we're going to see a situation where bank lending is going to greatly contract? We're going to start seeing record high defaults. We're going to start to see a lot of countries moving away from the dollar. And we're witnessing something much, much, much bigger than what they're saying here in this story. Drop below. We'll have a conversation about it. If you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself for a world of uncertainty, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description below this video. Schedule a free strategy session. I'll see you next video.